If you're someone over 40, 50, or 60 who spent decades glued to a screen, chances are you're relying on a pair of glasses right now. Well, this info I'm about to share might make you stop relying on them. Now, we aren't just talking about nearsightedness or general blurry vision today. Oh no, we're covering a whole spectrum of eye issues. That troublesome increased eye pressure, glaucoma, the chronic irritation from dry eyes, and even that cloudy film on your lens known as cataracts. The good news? There are powerful natural strategies for all of these problems. We're going to walk through them step by step. Listen, the whole problem of age-related vision loss comes down to the cones in your retina. You might remember learning about rods and cones. These are the tiny light-sensing cells, the photoreceptors, that capture light and transform it into signals your brain can interpret as an image. Cones are the superstars for daylight vision, recognizing color and seeing fine detail. Rods handle your peripheral vision and help you see better in the dark, mostly dealing with shades of gray. Let's trace the light's path briefly. Light first hits the cornea, the clear dome that helps initially focus the light. Then it passes through the lens, which is managed by two small muscles. These muscles cause the lens to change shape, to thicken or flatten, allowing you to quickly focus on something far away or right up close. That's your accommodation reflex. The problem is, while the lens should be flexible, as we get older, it often becomes stiff and rigid. We'll tackle that. Finally, the light travels to the very back of the eyeball, the retina. Think of the retina as the wallpaper on the back of your eye, a direct extension of your brain, connected via the optic nerve. This is where the magic of vision happens. Much of the crucial light is focused onto a spot called the macula, and specifically the tiny central pit of the macula, the fovea, which is about the size of a grain of sand. This tiny spot holds the most concentrated population of cones in your entire eye. Why is that so significant? Because of a little biological feature unique to the cones. They have the highest concentration of mitochondria, the cellular power plants, in the entire retina. When we're young, this mitochondrial battery pack is dense and fully charged. But as we age, we start losing these little engines. Suddenly, we can't see fine details anymore. Colors look duller. We need glasses to read even in daylight, and driving at night becomes a real headache. A massive, decades-long loss of mitochondria in the most vital area of your retina, that's the core issue staring us right in the face. Did you know this? By the time someone reaches 60 years old, they often need 3 times the amount of light to see compared to a 20-year-old. Why? Because seeing takes a tremendous amount of ATP energy, and that energy comes from your mitochondria. This energy drain follows a predictable pattern. Stage 1. Contrast sensitivity breakdown. Your brain's ability to differentiate between light and dark intensity starts to degrade. This is why you struggle to see when driving at night or in low light conditions. It's usually the first thing to go. Stage 2. Needing more light. Simply to read or see clearly during the day, you find yourself constantly reaching for a lamp switch. Remember being able to read in the dimmest light when you were younger? Now, you need a spotlight. Stage 3. Increased glare and fogging. Everything starts getting fuzzy, and headlights seem to explode into blinding streaks. If you're driving in the rain or fog, this can be genuinely dangerous. Stage 4. Macular problems. This is the big one. Age-related macular degeneration. ARMD. It's the point where you've lost so many mitochondria in the macula that you can no longer see fine detail, and that's when you really need those glasses. Plus, other issues sneak in. Cataracts, the lens getting cloudy and opaque, and glaucoma, where pressure builds up in the eye. And we can't talk about eye problems without mentioning type 2 diabetes. The eyes are incredibly susceptible to high blood sugar. High sugar literally damages the retina, diabetic retinopathy, and the lens, which is essentially what a cataract is, sugar-damaged protein. This is why diabetes is a leading cause of blindness. So, what do we do to reverse these situations? Let's get into the solutions. 1. Red light therapy. This is cutting-edge stuff. You're essentially exposing your retina to a very specific wavelength of red light. Why? It optimizes and helps repair damaged mitochondria. Scientists have found that the wavelength around 670 nanometers is the magic number for boosting mitochondrial efficiency in the cones. The coolest part? You only need to do this for 3 minutes once a week, as the effects seem to last that long. Safety first, though. There are tons of devices out there, but I strongly recommend doing this with your eyes closed. Red and near-infrared light can easily penetrate your eyelids. You want to look for devices that are certified low risk, like an RG1 rating. Or you can even find simple, inexpensive, single-bulb red lights that specifically hit that 670 nanometer frequency. This technology, called photobiomodulation, is a huge game changer for those cone powerhouses. 2. Mitochondrial support. The opposite of losing mitochondria is making more of them. Exercise, long walks, hikes, anything that gets you oxygenated. Any exercise is better than none. Dietary reset. Since high blood sugar is a mitochondria killer, the opposite is true for vision health. A low-carb, ketogenic diet with intermittent fasting forces your body to run on ketones, which is far better for your cells and your eyes. Get plenty of good sleep, too. 3. High-dose vitamin D3 for glaucoma. The research here is truly compelling. Higher doses of vitamin D3, aiming for blood levels around 100 nanograms per milliliter, have been shown to help reverse glaucoma. But don't just guess at the dose. High-dose vitamin D must be done correctly and safely. You often need to pair it with vitamin K2 and magnesium for proper absorption and safe usage. If you're dealing with glaucoma, you must research this further and consult your ophthalmologist or eye care professional for a safe regimen. 4. Reverse the accommodation cramp. The 2-hour fix. We spend hours fixated on objects just a couple of feet away. This causes the eye muscles to seize up in a state of contraction. You need to undo that. Go outside and deliberately focus on things in the distance for at least 2 hours a day. Not on your phone while walking. You must focus. Look at a tree branch, a bird flying, a distant cloud. Change your focus from maybe 20 feet away to a distant object and back. This is intensely therapeutic for relaxing those cramped eye muscles. 5. Vitamin A and liver health. A common symptom of vitamin A deficiency is night blindness because the eye absolutely requires it. Where to get it? Egg yolks, liver, cod liver oil, and butter are your best sources of preformed bioavailable vitamin A. Even if you eat enough, if you have a compromised liver, fatty liver, cirrhosis, no gallbladder, or gut inflammation, you might not be absorbing it. Health starts in the gut, and so does vision. 6. Lutein and zeaxanthin, the eye protectors. These two phytonutrients are absolutely essential. They act like internal sunscreen, protecting the eye against oxidation and UV damage. Sources. While you find them in kale, Swiss chard, and pistachios, the form found in egg yolks is vastly more bioavailable. You'll absorb more of the protection your eye needs from a few egg yolks than from a massive bowl of kale. 7. Floaters and autophagy. Those annoying floaters are simply damaged proteins swirling around in your eye. The best way to get rid of damaged cellular parts? Autophagy, your body's self-cleaning and recycling mechanism. How to activate it? Prolonged fasting. Start with intermittent fasting, then occasionally push it to a 48-hour or even 72-hour fast. Your body will go into recycling mode, cleaning up those damaged proteins, and those floaters will gradually disappear. 8. NAC Drops for cataracts. Cataracts are primarily caused by consuming too much sugar or hidden sugars like starches. As you clean up your diet and introduce intermittent fasting, an amazing remedy is available. N-acetylcarnosine, NAC eye drops. How it works. You place the drops on your cornea. They get absorbed into the lens, where they help to break up and dissolve the glycated proteins that cause the clouding. It has been shown to be incredibly effective in both animals and humans for reversing cataracts. It's worth looking into. 9. Get a high-quality reading light. While you're working on all these long-term fixes, you need immediate relief. A better light source enhances your ability to see right now. Recommendation: look for a high CCT warm light LED in the 3000 Kelvin to 4000 Kelvin range. Position it so the light is directly facing the book or screen you're looking at. 10. The Sunrise Sunset Hack. This is a simple but powerful technique. Watch the sunrise or sunset. Do not look directly at the sun, but look around it, letting the gentle rays hit your eyes. This is a version of photobiomodulation and helps reset your circadian rhythm, which in turn boosts intracellular melatonin, a powerful antioxidant that helps your eyes and your sleep. 11. The Desk Reset. 20-20-20 rule. For those of us spending 10 hours a day in front of a monitor, this is essential. Every 20 minutes, look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds. Focus intently on a distant object, a picture across the room, a tree outside the window. This reverses that dreaded accommodation cramp.